Oh
We can
shit!
hear you.
My bad. We live.
Yeah,
No. Oh shit, we are live. Damn. What's up,
We just
nigga?
go live.
yeah, we just got. Yeah, you hopped there right when I was about to start.
That's how. No, yeah. So I ran to the office as soon as I got out of work, and one of the agents there was like having like a big client meeting,
Yeah,
but they were using my desk. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go home then.
yeah.
I was like, okay, you
I'm
know.
glad you're
So
here, man. I'm trying to find
Like
why I'm
what?
not. Things not popping up on us
what's not popping up?
on my. I guess my live stream. I don't know if you guys see me on live stream or not.
I don't even have the app on my phone right now, so I don't even know. It says live and it says recording on my screen.
Same.
Okay. I guess it's taking a while. It ain't popping up on my end.
Mm,
Let's see. Whatever. I'm on. If people can't see, I did my part, and it shows that's going
right.
live. So I'm trying to go on here
All
real
right.
quick. But what's going on, y'all? We here, man.
We here. Yeah. Not much, man. Honestly, it's just been.
It's been a while
I
since we
mean,
all kind of had that fella conversation. We never really had, you know, all of us together in a long time. So
yeah, it's
I
been a
gotta
fucking.
tap in with y'all, man, and see what's been going
You
on.
know,
Let the people know what's been going
today was the
on.
Right.
first day. The past week and so, I've been pulling like not more than past week. Past like 2 weeks, I've been pulling like 14-hour days in
Yeah,
between work and real estate, and then I'm getting a lot of copywriting jobs. So between all those three, it's just like today was the first day, and I had like a 6-hour shift, and I was like, I'm just gonna go home. I didn't even go to didn't even train this morning. I woke up with a fever, dude.
damn,
No
damn.
Rona though, no Rona. But I woke up with a
Oh
fever. it
We social
shit.
distancing, so I can't really tell you.
was 102. I was like, oh shit.
You
But
know, we social distancing, so I mean, if you got it.
yeah.
Shit, we ain't social distancing. We still gotta worry about customers and shit.
Oh yeah. Some of y'all.
Alameda's in Orange Tier now. Now we have max capacity. Our store, our tiny ass store, can have 24 customers.
Really? We still
24
only have
bodies.
damn, bro. We still only have seven. We can only have seven. But the mall is dead, man. So it's like it's just as bad. We just sitting
Yeah,
there, standing there, just doing shit.
yeah.
You know,
Twin. Oh, what's up?
here's the thing, man. I'm gonna say, man, honestly, I want to look at your fresh cut right now. No cap, bro. Like Markel, man, you got your fresh cut, man. I gotta acknowledge that real quick.
Well, and it almost didn't happen, bro. I almost didn't happen, bro. It was what you call it? My barber. He never mind. I'm not gonna blast him, but basically he made a mistake. I was supposed to have his haircut last week, but he corrected it and we got it done this week.
He said,
Like,
"Yeah,
let me see
I'm
it.
not gonna blast him, but
So I'm not gonna blast him. I almost did. And I was like, nah,
oh man,
Give us a look at that
cheat on
fade,
your
bro. Give
girl,
us a
but you
look at
can't
that
yeah."
cheat on your
fade.
barber.
Let's look at that real quick, man, because
Let's look at that fade, man. Let's
I'm
see.
kind of getting, you know what I
That
mean? I'm a little
little,
jealous,
Ah,
man.
ha, ha, look at that.
oh
Look at that.
shit.
Looking like shaded. That's awesome.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, bro. We
I'm
just did an
trying.
episode today, man. I didn't know you were coming fresh with it. You know?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
beer been banging. Everything's doing great. My skincare routine on fleek.
Feel
Yeah,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Staying
I
right,
see
man.
both of y'all went through the full beard. I went ahead and did the Van Dyke beard.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take off the beard too, just do a mustache for a little bit.
You like
See
that
how I
porn
like it.
stash?
Yep. I'll meet Dirk Diggler.
We got a sound for that or no? We got a sound bite for that?
I don't. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get one.
Pow, chicka, pow.
I'm gonna get one. Best
You
believe I'm
should,
getting
man.
one.
That should be hilarious.
All right. So what is tonight's topic?
All right. The tonight's topic is I'm talking about more of, let's say, spring cleaning. It's a spring cleaning. You know, it's the spring. It's the roster. It's kind of like the update your roster before the summer. It's just like a single shit show.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
but you know that was what I was going to talk about. I know most people aren't favorable to the single people out here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we understand. We understand that it's tough out there with the COVID and people are focused on stuff and you know not everyone's in a relationship. So I want to talk about spring cleaning. Spring cleaning meaning, I don't think multiple things, right? It can be you're cleaning out something from your past relationship, someone you just not want to mess with no more, or you're just getting a new roster out. Like if you're out here in the streets,
You get ready for the new roster. You get ready for the next ups. You ready for your draft? Get all your draft picks ready.
The draft, everything. So, I mean,
The whole draft, 2021.
Yeah. What we call it, right? But yeah, man. Who should start it off, man? Whose roster is looking cool? What's been going on? Who'd you have to clear out? Who'd you have to take off the roster? Because we're looking at the Brooklyn Nets right now. They're stacked right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because last episode I was talking about. If you guys were on, man, I actually talked about Derek Jackson and his Chiefs.
Oh my God!
I was gonna do it spring cleaning last week, and I saw that. I was like, yo, I gotta talk about this. I need to talk about this right now. So I mean, you guys can say something about it if you guys want. You guys can go
real quick. The past 2 months, my pop's been trying to be like, "Oh my God, you should look at Derek Jackson. You should look at Derek Jackson. Go look at his stuff. His stuff is so great." Da 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 da. You know, my dad, he don't say too much, but he's a good Christian man.
Yeah.
And he's like, this, that, and the other. And I'm telling him like, "No, Dad, go watch Alpha Male Strategies. Go watch Kevin Samuels. Like, go watch Richard Cooper, all this red pill stuff." And so finally the other day, I looked at my dad and I was like, "So this was the homie you trying to have me check out? This your man? This your brother?" I mean, the people I follow are some real dirtbags, but they're true to the soil, Like they may not be like cleanest, most politically correct brothers, but they don't lie. They don't lie and they don't miss. Yeah. So I was just like, ooh. And then apparently what I heard was when he did his critique video of the video of him and his lady, apparently he was in his mistress's house when he filmed that video.
Was he?
Well, I seen the video where he was critiquing. He was in the car, but you can see a skip in it. So I don't know if he was at his chick's house and then he was like, "Shit, I shouldn't do that because I already got caught up." And he got into the car. But the weirdest thing was about his critique was he was talking in the third person, which I thought was really fucking. It was just cringy.
It's like,
you don't have to talk in the third person, man. That's just retarded, man. You already look like a dumbass, or talking all this shit and then getting caught. And then the way he was holding his wife's hand, and then she was just looking all kinds of crazy in that video. That shit was weird.
Yeah,
very
man.
weird.
What's your guys?
But I never followed him, man. Anybody who caters to women that much, they hiding something.
Yeah.
Yo, just so y'all know, I was trying to put it on the screen here. I'm actually on POF in the live stream. I've been talking to a lot of people, talking about the podcast a lot. So people told me I should do a live stream on here, talk about the podcast. So people say, "Oh shit, you doing it?" So I'm on there. I'm on a whole bunch of live stream devices. So this is gonna be interesting. I put the topic on there if y'all want to see. I got Instagram up now. I guess this new program I have to start it, and actually it's pretty dope. I give me time to kind of prep. But but yeah, man, what do you guys think on that whole scenario? Like, we can go into it. Like, it don't really matter. I got 2 batteries on my phone on this camera, so I can switch it out.
All right. So I don't have a lot to say about Derek Jackson. I never followed him anyway. The little bits and stuff that I've heard he definitely catered to like purple pill dudes who know about the red pill but still really want like a lot of relationships. I also heard he's a little bit of a coon. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, I haven't watched any of his content. I heard.
Oh shit! I ain't heard that since I've been in Kansas, nigga. That shit was funny.
I heard he's quick. I heard he's quick with the coonery. So I just,
He is.
I didn't follow him. Stuff, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Alpha Male Strategies. The Roommates is dope. The Roommates. What's his name? Hafiz. Hafiz is the man. For real. And it's crazy how like people go like this is something that Hafiz pointed out, and then also AMS pointed out too, and Kevin Samuels pointed out. It's like guys are always trying to figure out how to get these girls. They're always trying to figure out how to game, how do you da. And they'll tell you, okay, women like this. And they go, yeah, but how do I get them though? And they're like, no, you're missing the point. Women like this. And then the guys just ignore the entire part of you have to do all this work to get there. And then they're immediately just like, well, how do I get them? How do I keep them? And it's like, well, you can't. Women might be full of bullshit, but they're also really good at sniffing out bullshit.
Man.
Like,
That's facts.
keep it real with y'all.
And Shirley said, "A."
What
What's up, sir? But so it's kind of like,
What's up, Tita? What's up, Tita Latina?
yeah, man, you know.
Yeah, I never followed that fool, but I watch Abba and Preach, and they've been clowning him ever since. And they show his videos sometimes, and it was just he just seemed like a simp to me, trying to be hard at the same time, you know. And that's just
he's
weird.
like reinforcing the notion, like he's reinforcing these simp scripts. He's telling men, no, it's okay. You can stay in these little beta squares you're in. You don't have to actually. And then I think what men don't do is like men don't metacognate about their dating. And this can we take this topic, we can segue into the spring cleaning, because I do want to talk about that because there's been some interesting updates in my roster. So, but
Good.
Men only think about the times they got burned in dating. They don't think about the entire dating process. Like if every man just took like 10 minutes in a quiet room somewhere and sat and was like, why do I suck at dating? What do I know anecdotally that works? And I've heard that works. What do I know anecdotally doesn't work for me? And why am I not doing a good job? And then what you'll find is patterns and cycles, man. Like men who struggle with women compulsively struggle with women. It's not like they struggle with one girl and then now they're just back to being players. They compulsively struggle with women. And they'll find that it might be because they're not assertive, or they lack the confidence, or find out they can't escalate. You have to figure out where in that, in that cog, like where you're stuck. But I think dudes like Derek Jackson are keeping men in that cycle. Like there's no breaking the cycle. It's, oh, no, just love her more. Oh, no, just do more for her.
I will add that a lot of those men too have one-itis. They cannot let that one chick go for some reason. They're too afraid. Kind of strange.
Well, man.
So I don't have one-itis. I would say I have like couple-itis. Where like a few good ones out there. There's only a few good ones I can tolerate. So I do kind of like when someone's really cool, I'm like, I kind of want to hold on to it a little bit. But just recently I had to let one go. And I really, really liked her. But it was one of those, man, she broke one of my 3 non-negotiables. So I just can't,
Mm-hmm.
So
never settle.
Uh-oh.
Never settle.
So we had a question from my man, our favorite cancer, Danish. Yo, he said, what's the definition of a simp versus a good man? I think we talked about this many times.
We have, yeah.
Okay, a simp and a good man is the same thing. A simp and a good man is the same thing.
I won't.
Don't be a good man. Be good at being a man.
That, but I have heard that a simp and a nice man is the same thing. And a good man can still be an alpha. He's just a good guy. He just doesn't push them. But either one, kind of like, you just have to be real about your shit, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to get, this is something that I've been embodying for the past couple months, and I have seen infinite amount of success in my ability when I train combat sports, because I've been in Muay Thai for a minute now, when I day game, when I'm on Hinge, when I'm dating with girls, when I'm at my job selling. Don't focus on being a good man. Focus on being good at being a man.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. Don't focus on being a good man. What are men good at, and double down on that.
Yeah.
I promise you, you will find virtue along that path, and you'll be a good man. Right?
I feel that.
But focus being on being good at being a man.
There's a lot of young dudes just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that answers your question, Danish. What's up, Mighty Juicy? What's up, everybody? Ann Shirley said, no, it's not the same. A good man will not self-abandon. I sent her the invite.
Okay. Well, being good at being a man also means you're not going to self-abandon. But anyways, you don't ask the fish, you ask the fisherman, right? So
definitely true.
This is true. Why not? Why is being a good man a negative thing? That's what Danish said.
Who said it was negative?
It's true. What do y'all think? What's up? How's it going?
I'll say right now, good men stay married longer. Facts.
True.
Yeah, good men do stay married longer. That is facts.
True. Whether or not they're happy in the relationship, they'll still stick through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the topic is spring cleaning.
spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning. So as someone asked, the topic's gonna be about spring cleaning. So it's pretty much for all the single people I heard. It's not really for. I mean, couples too. They have rosters, I guess. But
All right.
let us discuss that because now it's spring. This is the preamp before summer.
So I'm at like, so at the end, the middle of winter, I knew that I didn't want to stay home anymore, right? I knew that I was willing to stay home longer than everyone else, but I didn't want to be stuck at home anymore. I wanted to go out, I wanted to have fun, I wanted to go to the beach, I wanted to go visit new cities, go fly out of state, stuff like that, right? And so I was like, obviously I wanted to date a lot more. And so my spring cleaning started with prep work. Like if I knew that I wanted this to be my season, I'm gonna go, soil my oats and I'm gonna go, have a great time. I was like, okay, well, I need to get in better shape than I've ever been. I set some pretty aggressive financial goals for myself. I set some aggressive career goals for myself, and I abstained from a couple things. And I was like, all right, these are things that I'm gonna do so I can be ready in spring. And I feel like a lot of people, if you're ready, spring's coming, you want to start going out, you want to go on the dating market, you kind of want to have your shit together, at least where it's maintainable before you do that. Because it's really easy to get caught up in buying drinks for girls every single night, having a new girl every single week, you're going on dates, you're falling in love, you're breaking up, having all these little mini relationships. You can definitely neglect your purpose, but you should never, ever do.
Mm-hmm.
So making sure that your diet plan is set. You've been training all winter, right? So you're ready to, after hibernation, you're ready to get rid of that little layer. You got your crew together, right? You got your homies. Everybody knows what's up. So this summer, got the group chat. We all doing this. We all going to the roller rink. We all, we going to Tahoe. We doing whatever we got to do. So before you go out and decide that you're going to download Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, and Plenty of Fish all at the same time, take on that expense. By the way, Hinge is elite. Sorry, Plenty of Fish people. Hinge is elite. Did your audio cut out? Hold on a second.
That's the one I can't hear him either.
Yeah. But
we can't hear you, man. This.
I feel like he's talking shit. We can't hear him.
I
He's clowning us.
know these fools, light-skinned fools, they don't know shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, check it out.
I was peeping that. Was that a dip bar, pull-up bar?
Why didn't you tell me pull-ups and chin-ups was hard as fuck, man? I thought I got on this shit, thought I was gonna do 25 straight.
See, when I talk about doing my 10, everyone look at me like I'm crazy. It's like,
Hey, bravo for you for doing 10, bro. I can get up to 7 right now. That, man.
All right, say it again, Dante.
I was talking hella shit about y'all. Yep.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it.
He was like, these fucking Uncle Tom's over here talking shit, don't know nothing. Never really been through it.
That ain't no
Both
shit.
of them got button downs on. Was this a job interview?
Y'all know shit about being dark skinned. Y'all know nothing.
Y'all light skinned motherfuckers. I'm sick of y'all.
Always getting a foot in the door.
But like I was saying, so, and ladies too. If you're getting ready to, get your date on, go party on, this is the time to start really a lot of these gyms are having these really low entrance fees. This is time to start getting fit. Diet plans are more available than ever now. This is time to really get on something. This is before you start adding to that roster, make sure things at home are taken care of.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
That's fact.
Do it for yourself.
Get rid of that baggage.
Person.
Get rid of that winter baggage. Get rid of that baggage from last year. If homeboy's still calling you 10 times a week, it's time to block that number. Let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
I did my spring cleaning in the winter, so.
You got to. Yeah, man. Hopefully, you guys, I'm not buzzing on here. If I'm not buzzing on the end here, I want to make sure because I'm trying to get this going with this new interface I got on here. So I'm trying to, do everything out here. So hopefully I'm not buzzing, guys. If I am, let me know. Please put a message on there. Yeah, man, light skip motherfuckers. I'm sick of y'all. What about you, Alpha Monk, man? What's going on with your spring cleaning, man?
I mean, I did winter cleaning, man. I did that a while ago. Got that shit. Got some toxic people out of my life. Moved on. Started working out, eating right, sleeping right.
Oh, hold on, man. Wait a minute, Alpha Monk. You fresh cut too, man. Everybody out here fresh cut, man, except for me. I don't like this.
Yeah. I got my shit yesterday, bro.
Out here, man.
Well, I mean, go get your hair cut, fool. What you talking
I'm
about?
just saying, man. You know, I'm looking at y'all. I'm like, man, what the hell? I ignored. I looked
Hey,
at Markel. I was like, oh shit, man, like you looking fresh. And I look at all my damn. All
well,
right.
again, like me and Markel are out in the public, so you never know who we gonna run into at a given day. So you gotta look fresh and clean all the time, man. Never know.
I mean, I'm out in public too, man.
Get that haircut,
Come
man.
on,
Get that
Daddy.
haircut.
So no excuse. No
Exactly.
excuse.
Tita said I'm on her summer list.
She said what?
One of the homies. I actually met her on POF. Tita Latinas like I'm on her summer list.
No.
She said I'm gonna clean you out after summer. Anyways.
All right.
Oh,
Get your credit right. You'll be broke dating these girls, man. Just
Man.
you'll clean.
The Bay Area is kind of crazy, but
Kind of.
so yeah, continue on Alpha Mug. I totally interrupted you, man. My bad.
Nah, you good, brother. I ain't tripping, man. Nah, I just been working on my shit, man, and getting things done, saving money. I haven't even touched my income tax or my last stimulus. Just been holding on to shit and working out. The problem with me is when I do that, I forget about my friends and shit. Y'all two fools, I forget about y'all until it's
Y'all never
like
hit
months.
us up, man. Yeah, like, see,
I know it's not. I don't have anything against y'all, man. Y'all like the only two motherfuckers that I like, basically. This out here at the moment. But I just be once I get into that mode, then it's just like because I don't want to live here for more than 2 more years. So I'm trying to figure out.
Go to Texas.
Yeah, I was thinking that either Austin, but working on my shit is taking up pretty much all my time. I did date a Russian chick when I first went over to San Francisco, a little too crazy for me, so I had to drop her. And I just started talking to this redhead white girl, but I don't really know where that's gonna go. So, like, I'm just like, when you get in that mode where you really focused on your future more than the momentary pleasures. You just really want to get shit done, really want to get shit rolling really fast.
Mhm.
And it just, once you get it going like that, man, it just starts to feel really good. And you get more confidence. The more you see shit adding up, the more I write today, then it's like, damn, I wrote more than I did yesterday. And now I got a full script done and it only took me 2 weeks. Now let's get on to the second one. And then, just everything starts to line up when you really focus. And the problem with that is, a lot of people get neglected. And that's the one thing that I need to fix, one thing I need to work on. But as far as cleaning, it's, you got to do it. As being a strong man, trying to work for shit, you got to do it. Because sometimes people just, even if they're not really into you anymore, they still want to hold on and drag you down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to cut some people loose.
Or they just want to maintain access to you,
Yeah.
Like, they ain't even trying to, like, get back together. They're not trying to even get your pants, but they just want to maintain access to you just so in their time of need or their time of loneliness, they can just sap some of your energy.
You up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
My kings and my queens, we're not doing that no more. We letting them go this year. Spring 2021, we letting them all go. All that dead weight, brush it off.
Got it.
We blocking numbers. We unfollowing people. We putting motherfuckers on mute. We ain't doing this no more.
He said blocking, motherfucker.
We ain't doing it no more. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like,
go ahead.
I remember one of my homegirls, she was telling me one time about she was dating this dude. Dude was making her look dumb. She kept talking about it over and over and over. And finally I told her, I'm like, look, like, I don't want to hear about this anymore. Like, you will stop when you finally get tired of looking dumb. I said, well, you just ain't, my exact verbiage was, you ain't done looking dumb yet. So anybody here who wants to get to spring cleaning, who wants to let go of all this dead weight, feel this catharsis of feeling weightlessness, if you aren't getting to that point or you aren't cutting people off, you're making that decision, you're just not done looking dumb, and that's okay. But you got to say it out loud to yourself. Like, repeat after me. I'm not done looking dumb yet. So,
be honest.
Keeping it real.
For real. Honesty is the policy. Shit, I even dropped my little brother.
Damn.
Dude,
Damn.
Me and that little simp ass nigga got into it because he got a girlfriend.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna get too much into it, but she was whispering in his ear about some stupid shit because I haven't talked to him for like a month and a half now. Granted, this is the same nigga that told me that it doesn't matter if we don't talk 2-3 months, man. You my brother. I understand. So then he calls me up and he's basically trying to cuss me out. Like, man, our sibling relationship is a joke. And I was like, okay. And I was like, where you get this from? He's like, even my girl said you acting weird. I was like, yo, bitch don't even know me, man. She never met me. None of that shit. I was like, stop being a little punk, man. And he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So I was just like, block. Stop talking to the nigga. He'll come up and crying when she cheat on him, just like all the rest of them. That fool's been cheated on 4 times, bro.
That's cold, bro.
Yeah, so someone commented, I don't know if you guys hear me. Someone commented, they said, the older you get, the more wise you get and know who your true friends are. Tita Latina said, I be dropping family too.
Yo.
Yeah, man, you got to do what you got to do, man. That's crazy, man. I'm glad you didn't drop us, man.
Nah. Like I said, I hope y'all didn't think that. I tried to come see Markel. It was a couple months ago, but he wasn't there. I didn't want to go in the store, so I just kept walking. They didn't even see me.
Yeah. No. Right now my schedule kind of messed up, so I don't even have my normal days off anymore.
I mean, y'all.
What? She didn't give you.
It was like religion. I had every Wednesday, Thursday off, and you had to give you 3 weeks notice for a Wednesday. Well, there have been some changes, so I've been having to have Thursdays and Sundays off, which isn't too bad, but it's fucking up a lot of stuff, man. It's because one thing about the red pill, one thing about Kawasaki, I'm having everything compartmentalized, and now my box is all messed up, my work schedule messed up. It's taking some time to get everything back on track.
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
Spring cleaning. Any more questions about spring cleaning in the comments? What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like this is time? Or did y'all take the Markel winter approach and say no hoes at all? This is a no-ho winter. And I mean, that's one thing too I feel like people don't do enough is like take a break from dating. Like they keep themselves at the wall, right? Hope something like something's gonna stick. It's like occasionally you have to tell yourself, I'm not in a position where anybody wants to stick around. I'm just not at a point in my life people want to stick around in my life. Maybe I should upgrade a little bit, do a little bit better, or just become more comfortable being alone, especially men. The number one thing a man can be, honestly, is comfortable being alone. Because once you're there, like you're not like the idea, the fear of loss and the fear of scarcity, like that's not in your mind at all.
Exactly. I love my own company. So I don't fear being rejected. I don't fear if it doesn't work out because it's like it doesn't fucking matter. It's not like I'm scared to be alone. And my thing is like, you know, you already met the chick, the last chick you just dropped, you met her. So there's no telling who you meet next. And from my experience, you always go up a level every time. You never go down. You always go up another level. Myself, bro.
I was like, dude, if you can go walk up to Natalie, you can walk up to anybody. Remember when I think that?
Yes.
For those who don't know, there was a Alpha Monk, the Silent D, Red Pill certified 10 out of 10. It was unspoken agreement. Every man who walked by her, their balls just shot right up beside their stomach. They was nervous. Their booty holes got tight. Every man who walked by her. And I finally walked up there, had a confidence after like a week. And I was like, I'm gonna go talk to her. Did not get her number, got blew out of the water, super embarrassing. But it's one of those things where like I wear that scar with pride. That's my favorite scar, my favorite rejection of all time. Because she was so bad. Everyone's talking about how bad she was. Everyone's talking about how they wanted a piece and no one fucking talked to her.
That's true. And in his defense, she was from Israel and they usually leave within 2 years. So there was probably a lot of things going into factor. And she was tall. She was fine as hell. She had an ass.
Hot.
Girl was bad.
Certified baddie.
Yes.
I would have ruined my life.
And my boy even walked up. You even walked up into the store. That's what's up.
So she said, get a pen and paper and I'll write my number down for you. I walked back to my store and she went and hid in the back of her store. And I was like, no, I'm still going to go. And so I just took that L like a man. But it was like, yeah, fellas, this is the summer. Get you your fresh cut.
Summer. This is
get you on that
hot girl summer. What, like last year or 2 years ago?
Oh yeah, ooh.
Oh yeah,
it's hot boy summer now. It's hot boy summer. It's city boy summer. Baby boy summer.
Mm-hmm. And women are thirsty right now too. You know what I'm saying? Women are really thirsty right now. They are thirsty. So
they're so deprived. Here's the thing: women are getting exactly what they're asking for, and they fucking hate
it. Yes, thank you. Fucking thank you.
They're getting exactly what they're asking for, and they're not happy with it.
They are never fucking happy.
You don't even have to be top of the food chain alpha. Just be a little bit more transparent on the fact that you don't give a shit. Just a little bit more. Be a little bit more transparent. Uh-oh.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. My bullet's in my gun. Hold up. Let's do it.
So she said the same applies to women getting your stuff together. Someone said, icy girl summer. We hot girl summer all year long. Sorry. Chitana's on, by the way. She says hello.
What's up, bro?
Explain.
What's up, cuz?
Donish said, I mean, I'm trying to figure out myself before I can get spring cleaning. I feel like I'm the problem at the moment. That's what Donish said. Our favorite cancer.
You said that? Donish said that?
Yeah.
How are you the problem?
That takes real ownership, man. That takes real ownership, bro. There we go. There we go. All I got to say right now is when you're ready to do your spring cleaning, that's when you surround yourself with men. Like that's when you're spring cleaning. That's when you go sign up for a boxing gym. That's when you go sign up for a Muay Thai gym. That's when you start going to the shooting range and making friends. When it's time for you to clean your life out, that's when you start finding friends who are just doing a bit better at you in certain things. And you start kicking it with them. Because by osmosis, you will just absorb their lifestyles and their energy and their aura, and you'll just be that much more of a king, that much more alpha, that much more of a czar, pharaoh, you know? So you're in a good spot. The fact that you can recognize that and just know you're a lot farther along than you think you are.
Yeah, surround yourself with good people. They always say you're the average person around the people that you're with. So if you're around some really good, intelligent people who are driving, that means that you're right there. And they can always help you. And I agree with that, man. When you're really trying to work with yourself and shit, it is good to surround yourself by other men who are doing the same thing. Because you have a camaraderie and you can actually speak freely and openly about what's going on in your life and not be judged. Now, you could be judged clowning around. We always clown each other and shit, but it's never serious. I think that's a very important thing.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of hurt for a few things y'all said. No, I'm just
Yeah, that's just the gut check, bro. We all get hurt, bro. That's just the gut check. You straight?
It hurts sometimes. It hurts sometimes, but it's real. It's real.
It hurts because we love you.
What's going on, peoples? I mean, yeah, that's true, man. I try to surround myself around everybody like this, that's uplifting and everything like that. So I mean, that counts for everything, especially being around other men, having that conversation. I think Red Pill was really money on with men's health. I mean, I wouldn't say I put my balls out in the sun and let them roast, but I see you also.
That's why your T low. That's why you got low T. Just keep it real with you, bro. Son, you're nuts, son. Just like.
But I agree with some of the stuff he said. I think having that conversation with other people too. If you hang out with us, D, man, you're good, man. I mean, honestly, you got to be surrounded by that. So, but I'm curious, man, on the women's end, man, because I know we got some women on here, man. I know they very opinionated on what we talk about. Usually, is it low in volume? Am I good?
No, we hear you, bro.
Yeah. Someone said my mic's so low on volume. Let me turn this up. Let me turn it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's usually the case for that. And I'm curious, man, some of the women on here. I mean, have y'all go through, what's up, Mimi? What have y'all done that spring cleaning with dudes that y'all talking to? I like to hear from the women on there. I don't know if anyone's responding. I know someone's on here. What's up? What's going on? I know Aunt Shirley got a lot to say. I'm waiting for them to type. They're typing right now. But as we're going to talk about that,
hey, bro, their fingers are going as fast as they can, man. Trust me.
I know, man. They're trying to really get something.
We need to go faster.
They're going as fast as they can, bro.
We need it faster.
I got a couple words for Red Pill over here.
Come on.
So what you mean? We got exactly what we asked for. That's what they're typing off right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what are y'all doing Sunday? Y'all work?
Easter, bro.
Man, you know
what's up?
I said it's Easter. Kick it on my family.
Oh, that's Easter? Holy shit, it is. It sure is. Never mind.
Go to church.
Go to church. Okay. Let me see. I guess someone said, I don't spring clean. It's just once I'm done, you blocked, and I keep it moving. Damn. Right. Well, that's usually how it is. I mean,
do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All right. What do you think Alpha Month? I'm going to ask Alpha Month. top 3 things guys need to eliminate going into spring 2021. Top 3 things. It could be a physical thing of their house. It could be an emotional thing. It could be a spiritual thing. 3 things men need to just get rid of. Stop doing it. Get out of the vocabulary, all that good stuff going into spring 2020.
I would say 1, you want to stop being lazy, procrastination.
Yes. There we go.
2, you want to get rid of all toxic people who don't have your back, who's not giving benefits in your life somehow. And then 3, I would say clean out all the shit in your place that you do not use nor need anymore. You want to be minimal as possible, because a minimal apartment or house or whatever studio looks a lot better than the clutter. And when you have clutter in the physical, you're going to have clutter in the mind as well. And if you have toxic people around you, you're going to become toxic as well. So it's like you just got to get rid of all that shit, all those external negative things. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. All them hard ass socks underneath your bed, time to throw them away. They gotta go.
Y'all too much.
You gotta break them in half and throw them away.
You can fucking cut your hand on them shits. Just like,
man.
You chop up vegetables.
Oh man, I love fucking with you guys on this podcast, man. It's dope. I mean, when we're together, we start talking shit. Let's see. Is my volume cool? I am trying to stop blaming myself for other people's mistakes and misfortunes for the spring cleaning. Yeah, man, we gotta clean out all that toxic negative stuff. You definitely are right on that one, because some women that we've dealt with have been toxic, right? You know what I mean? So we have to also get that out. You know what I mean? Move on. Pre-game for summertime when you're in the zone, and hopefully things open up. We can all go out and do stuff, but I doubt it. But I mean, that's usually how the rotation was. Spring was like kind of like, all right, we cleaning up now. We taking people off Instagram, Facebook, unfollowing people. So I think it's key to talk about that before anyone coming in, right? Anyone coming onto our podcast, that's what we talk about. So it's kind of more of single people.
But if you follow me on social media, like that's one of the things I cleaned out was I unfollowed like close to like 300 people, and I don't go on social media more than an hour a week. I'm fine at that point. I don't be on it more than an hour a week.
I deactivated my Instagram in November. I still haven't been back. It was
in the way of my purpose, man. I was like, no, I want to get this bread. I want to get more writing clients. I want to get my real estate license. I want to start practicing. I want to make some moves in my brokerage. I just got promoted at my job. I was like, no, I got time for this. Like, I just can't.
Right? And then once you achieve those things, then you can get back on and you'll have more content to show, whatever, you know. I just thought
I kind of miss it, but like I'm not really missing out.
I did the first month because you get it's habitual. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I was like now I think I'm like, what the fuck was I even doing with it? Because all you're really doing is either looking at people's other lives or trying to push your own life out there just to get some form of attention. Some form. It doesn't have to be, excessive attention, but it is, for the lack of a better word, it's a form of attention that you kind of try to get, and it becomes addictive, and you're just doing it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know how many people trying to get these dopamine hits. It's like, man, get these dopamine hits from doing something good for yourself.
Exactly. And it's not really doing anything. It's not really achieving. You're not achieving anything, but wasting time. And it's like that time can be better used doing whatever, anything positive or progressive. But it's just, I don't know. It's a waste of time at the moment.
Jachana said, depends on how you utilize social media. I mean, like I said, for myself, I usually do stuff on the podcast. Usually it's mostly marketed towards podcasts or something funny, and I'll try to get off there immediately after. So, but yeah, it's really how you go about it, right? You know what I mean? So you just have to really manage it right. If you're going through there just scrolling through the feeds all day and just going down, and that's going, you know what I mean? That's going to mess up your mind. I had to get off doing last year when everything was happening, I had to get off social media for like a week, man.
I feel that.
It was a lot. Everyone should monetize their social media accounts, create content to make more money. Yeah, man. That's
everyone. Like everyone.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way you're doing it, then do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Dizzle. No, I mean, yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. Like,
I got my license. I'm gonna go back to it. In terms of copywriting, I got way more clients off of word of mouth LinkedIn. So it was like Instagram. I didn't really need it. I liked Instagram because my feed was so curated to what I liked. Nice suits, nice cars, really aesthetic, feminine, beautiful women. Like it was just all, well, not like the bad bitches. It was like actual models, women whose beauty actually contributes to art and literature, not making. And so, but it was just like, I'd rather go see that in person. I want that in person. I want to go, so this Friday I'm actually going to an art show. And then I got, actually Friday morning I'm going to an art show, and then Friday evening I got a date with a girl I've been seeing, on and off again for the past like 3 years. But
nice.
Markel's 3 things to get rid of, right? 3 things to get rid of going into spring. Number 1, we get rid of pornography. Number 1 thing a man should get rid of. Sometimes we get rid of porn, bro. I don't want to see no fucking OnlyFans shit you paying for. No, OnlyFans, nigga, you paying to be a simp. You was paying to be a simp, nigga.
Yeah, that is some bullshit.
You always go pay to be a simp, but that is literally you paying to be a simp. You're like, I want to simp for you. Here's my money. And you're contributing to the delinquency of men and delinquency of women. Cut that shit out. So we're cutting out porn, right? And then same thing, we're also cutting out beating your meat too often. If you're beating your meat more than twice a month, start getting laid, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you're going a whole month without sex, and you're beating your meat 2 to 3 times a month, and you're going month after month without sex, but you're beating your meat, what the fuck are you doing? Step your game up.
Wrong.
Something you're not doing it right. There might be that one urge once a month. You're like, man, I'm just gonna sleep myself. But if you're masturbating because you cannot get laid, you're struggling to get laid, you got to work on yourself. You got to get something. So we cutting out pornography and we cutting out self-gratification in an aspect where you can't get laid. Number 2, what are we getting rid of, man? Bad spending habits.
Mm-hmm.
Poor spending habits. If you drop in more money on DoorDash than you are on groceries, you got bad spending habits.
Yeah. And bad diet.
And your probably bad dieting, which was my third thing.
Probably bad diet.
We cutting out shit foods. What you need to do is get your testosterone tested and start eating foods conducive to being a man. That's Markel's.
I'm not knocking it. I mean,
I'm just straight up.
Yeah, you right on money about that, man. Like you've always been.
Yeah.
One woman said a month once? Question marks.
I mean, I don't self-gratify at all. That's like one of my spiritual beliefs. I don't masturbate, right? Y'all heard here, I don't masturbate, I don't watch porn, I don't buy OnlyFans, I don't know that shit. A man might feel the urge all the time, but once you know you can get laid, once you know you're confident with women, the urge to self-gratify alone really does go away. Now you have the urge to, let me call old girl up. Now you got the urge to, let me go out tonight and like try and talk to somebody. Go out and achieve something.
Very true. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I mean that in the beginning, the urge is going to be like every single day when you're trying to cut it out, you're trying to stop, slow down. But once you start proving to yourself that you have success outside of Pamela Henderson, like you're not going to want to use your hand anymore.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that.
I agree. You speaking some truth there. I agree with that one.
Ain't nobody gonna listen to this either, too. They can go right back tonight. Just ain't nobody gonna listen to the fucking Red Pill. The fuck Red Pill. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Mia Khalifa loves me. I paid for OnlyFans. She told me she
21 times a month. That's what I read.
Yeah. It's like, I'm the VIP, man. They should put me on the VIP. I'm up there.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's like, maybe if I keep paying for more of her private pictures, she'll finally date me.
So, a woman said it's subjective based on your experience and beliefs. What you say is subjective.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is subjective.
Okay.
But it's also, there's tons of anecdotal evidence behind it. Some of the world's greatest leaders and artists also abstained from sex entirely. I'm just saying, don't beat your meat too much or watch porn. But some of them abstained entirely. In fact, some of the greatest inventors of all time were either inadvertently became eunuchs or actually were castrated and then became great inventors because they were forced into that life. Do your own research, man. All I'm saying is pornography is not good for you in the end.
So another comment says, I do think it's cool when a man is hyper-focused in temptation and isn't going to cause them to fall off their path of success. I'm not knocking it.
See. Who is that? Who said that?
I mean, I don't want to put people's real name out there.
All right, well, just sit respect. Whoever wrote that,
Irrelevant
respect.
concierge. It's
There we go,
it's
respect.
like, I want someone. Yeah, it's someone I know personally.
Respect,
So
yeah.
we go
Yeah.
way back.
Right on.
We go way back. Yeah, man. I mean, that's true. I think a lot of it comes with self-healing, self-motivation, and getting that personal development. I think that's probably why I want to have that conversation.
Let's talk about that real quick. Can we segue into that?
Yeah, man.
Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that, right? That's the word now. Can we just normalize self-healing? Can we just normalize? Can we unpack
Normalize it. You want to normalize it?
We just like normalize.
Like self-care? Or are we talking about
Can we just
self-healing?
unpack?
Both. Both.
Are we talking about self-care?
No. I think women are right on the money about this, and men. This is one of the things I think women are on the money, and men don't fucking listen. Men are just not listening. And granted, mainly because a lot of the stuff that's coming from that sphere of the internet, or that sphere of like communication, is absolute horseshit. But this is something women are absolutely on the money on, and we should pay attention. Healing from trauma. So in terms of becoming a man, we're getting spiritual here, right? Getting a bit metaphysical. In terms of developing as a man, you have to forgive all insults and injuries done to you by women, namely your mother, right? Who either was a good mom or a bad mom. You have to forgive her for whatever she did or didn't do for you that you needed, right? You also have to forgive your first love for breaking your heart. As a man, 7 times out of 10, your first love is the one who broke your heart. It wasn't the other way around, right? That's just the nature of the betaization of men in America. Like, most likely she left you, or she went away, or she cheated or something, right? You usually didn't fuck it up that bad. 2, women who have dated and rejected you. This means all the times you've been ghosted, all the times you've been led on, all the times girls hit you with the, oh no, I don't give it up like that. And then she fucked your best friend a week later on the first date, right? You actually, to move forward with women, to move forward with yourself, you really have to heal and forgive yourself for what you perceive to be your failures, right? Because the only reason you're upset these things happen to you because you felt like you could have changed it. At that time, with the tool set, you couldn't have changed shit. But now you can, because now you know. So definitely going to spring 2021, you got to take all that hurt. And I've been there. I've been cheated on. I've left in doubt with the paternity of my son. Like I've been dogged. I've been led on. I've been showing up on dates countless times. And through all of that, I got real bitter. And eventually I took my healing into my own hands. And I said, no, like I'm not going to go out like that. I'm not going to go out being this misogynist who just hates women and wants to just rip on chicks all day. It was like, no, I'm going to understand that this is just the game. This is the push and pull. I'm not a perfect person, and it ain't personal. I think Alpha Monk said it one time. This is one of my golden rules for handling rejection. The girl who said no to you on the subway would have said yes to in the coffee shop. Bitch, just busy. She has somewhere to be, or she felt trapped, or she felt uncomfortable, or she thought honestly, she probably sat there, thought her coochie stank. It was like, no, I don't want to talk to her right now. Like, we don't know. We don't know what she's going through. So as men, you got to start compartmentalizing all that hurt and all that rejection. Understand? All women are similar, but they're not all the same.
Also, I had the post bullshit too. When you start to cut people off and they start lying about you to other people, or they start, being toxic or some shit just because they're whatever fuck they're going through. Or like you were saying earlier, they just want to have that access to you. But if you cut them off cold turkey, they just become an enemy, which you didn't see in the first place. But you got to be okay with that. You actually have to keep moving forward.
All right. I do it all the time. People are probably getting tired of me doing that. But no, man, honestly, man, like that is true, man. Like you guys are like, you got a lot of comments. I'm reading all the comments that people are saying about what you guys are talking about. Glad you guys are putting more emphasis on it too. We have some questions here. I think someone asked, someone said, shout out to Red Pill and Alpha Monk. I am mad inspired by these two men, making me want to be better. Yep. That's
Thank you.
That was cancer. So he asked, we got a question for Red Pill. What is your 5-step process of healing?
Oh man, you can't stop the bleeding if you don't know where it's coming from. That's the first thing, is like, why am I hurt? Why am I upset? And if you have to ask yourself, is healing to be done? Two things you can check. Does my stomach get tight? Does my butthole get tight every single time I'm in this situation? Straight up. Think about it. The next time you send a risky text, or next time you send a text to a girl, is the first thing thought, she's gonna leave me on red for an hour. Your butthole's gonna get tight. You don't even realize it's happening yet. This is physical response, bro. You start clenching your phone, your stomach gets tight, your butthole gets tight. You feel your balls starting to come closer to the body, right? So trying to protect yourself. This is a real physical response, right? Your nutsack start getting tight, your butthole tight, your stomach tight. You're sitting there like, is she gonna reply to my text? Why are you in fight or flight? Ain't no one trying to kill you right now. Ain't no one trying to hurt you. You have healing to do. You have healing to do. And I would just say, take a shot in the dark. Every man needs to work on being left, being betrayed, and being rejected. Right? So sit down and make like 3 columns. Being left, being betrayed, and being rejected. And honestly, I want you to write down every single time you can remember one of those things happened, and if women across are the same, right? Because anyone, it's just a part of the game. The second thing too is, once you understand that you have been rejected, you've been betrayed, and you've been left, like, you just need mental space. This is where spring cleaning comes in, like spiritually. This is when you start getting rid of physical things you don't need anymore, start really clearing out those texts, getting rid of all the old photographs, cleaning out, your follow list, your Snapchat list, your whatever, your Facebook chats, like really allowing yourself mental space for your brain to just relax and breathe, because you've been holding that shit in tight for so long. And then this is also when you start expressing yourself. This is when I would say a man should go monk mode, right? This is where you should really pull back from social media. You start abstaining for almost all substances. You should stop dating for at least 2 months, at least just 2 months, right? It's not a long time. 2 months, you just clean yourself out, focus on diet, focus on your health, right? And really focus on improving your vitality. And that comes with improving testosterone and being passionate, being focused, and having more guy friends, right? And then having honest conversations with women who may have only given you minor injury in the past. Other men would say, no, don't do that. But I have found out that, like, if you're lucky enough to have a sister you're really close to, or you're lucky enough to have some girlfriends you're really, really close to, you can just tell them, like, hey, can we talk? Can you listen? And I'm not all for spilling your guts. I'm definitely all for, like, man up, nut up, take care of it, right? But this might be a moment for you to voice your grievances to a feminine entity. Just don't expect them to give a response that's going to satiate you, right? Because it's never going to happen. You could never get closure for these things. And then start building better experiences. Start saying, okay, what have I done in the past to contribute to what's happened? And start doing better on those things. I can't really break it down to 5 steps, but what I can say is you need to know where you got hurt. You need to create a dialogue somewhere. Mine was therapy. I actually went to a therapist for a few months. A lot of people don't know this. I went to therapy for a few months because I couldn't date. I couldn't trust women. I couldn't even talk to family members. I was so hurt. I was so damaged from being burnt so many times. I went to therapy to get help. Maybe that's where you need to go. Maybe you have really, really tight guy friends. I got like 2 guy friends who I've known for almost 10 years. And I got 2 more right here I've known for a couple years, right? So those would be my 4 if I had to go to my guys. And then 3, you got to harden your soul a little bit. This is when you start listening to some David Goggins. This is when you start watching some Jocko Willink. This is when you start, really training, fighting, wrestling, like really getting out there and improving your vitality. That's honestly, and then time. Just give it time. 2 months monk mode. After that, go back and dating and create some new experiences. Rewrite that mental script by having different things happen. That's my advice.
Hopefully that helped you out, man. That was definitely insightful. I can see you've been woke and been reading a lot. I see you out here growing out here, man. I love to see that, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully that helped you out, Nanish, man. That was some real shit right there. He condensed that into definitely some really spiritual. I think that does come. I think what you really hit me with was when you stated that get yourself fixed first before you jump into anything, right? I think that's the most important part that stuck out for me. And I was like, yo, that's true. People jump into it like scarred and shit. And I've seen it happen so much, man. And I'm just like, yo, like you should be able to get. I mean, you should get your mental check right before you jump into something with another mentality. I think that's what we long for a companionship, but if our mental state ain't right, it's a big part, man. It's a big part, man. And it might involve from the previous relationship you've been in. That's why you got to spring clean. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think that's how most people have to understand that part too. And that's
Well, I mean, you get what you put out, right? So Red Pill was on point on that. Taking accountability and personal responsibility too. for your shortcomings and stuff like that will help you become a better person. So you can deviate from all of that. And like you said, make some columns, even make a list of things that you hate about yourself, you dislike about yourself. Make a list of habits that you don't like that you can change, and habits that you don't like but you don't want to change, and so on and so forth. And once you go down those lists, you have to catch yourself every time you start to do that. And that's one way to actually grow and keep it going forward. Because you could do everything that he says, but if you're not taking full responsibility for your own actions and understanding your own shortcomings, then you're just going to fall right back into it. And if you're a toxic person, you're just going to keep meeting toxic people, and neither one of you are ever going to grow. So you do have to eliminate that toxicity, and we all have some of it here and there throughout our lives. You just got to, figure out which one it is and get rid of that shit. Because if you put your best foot forward every day, no matter what's it doing, wiping your ass, brushing your teeth, whatever, if you do the best of your ability with all those different things from the moment you wake up, then you're going to be the best of yourself. And only good people will see that. People who are putting their own best out there, they'll see that. And then you'll start to surround yourself by really great people. And there's no way but up from there. But he's right. You got to take some time off. You have to. A lot of men don't want to do that because they're so, again, we can go all the way back to the porn thing. If you're jacking off all the time, that gives you a disillusion of how women are and who you can actually get when you go out there. So it's like you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to become somewhat of a monk for 2 months and really work on yourself. You have to really want that shit, because faking it only gets you so far, but you're gonna fall right back into the same rut.
All right, yeah. Alpha Monk, can you move it like a little bit to the right? You kind of, I guess people can't see it, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. We got a lot of comments here. I've been reading the comments, so I'm hearing y'all and I'm hearing what you guys are saying. But I'm managing both. So we got saying, tell me, yes, therapy and emotional development workshops does wonders. My homegirl, Carmen San Diego. You can't date until you're healed. I tried to date too soon after my breakup last summer and had horrible rebounds because I was giving off different energy than my normal personality. Same here, right? I was okay to regroup. Okay. So yeah, we notice those things that we're doing. I mean, that's something we're grown, right? We know, right? I think we kind of understand a little bit how we're putting that energy out there. I guess we could talk about that too. Let's see. Donish said, but doesn't the stigma of manning up, in quotes, deliver a bad message of being vulnerable? That was a question.
I mean, only if you're vulnerable, only if you feel vulnerable. But if you follow the steps that he said, you won't be vulnerable because you'll understand that vulnerability and you'll get over it. You understand where it comes from, why it's caused, why it shows up at different times, or whoever you're talking to, whatever. But the moment you figure out what it is, the moment you understand and you have a knowing of it, then you're responsible for it. And once you're responsible for it, then you can actually, cure the ailment.
I want to talk about the word vulnerable for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is definitely something that I've gotten wrong in the past. And I'm actually, if you go back to like season 4, there's a whole episode with like, I think me, Kylie, and Shirley, and we're all just going at it about vulnerability and what the fuck that means for men. Vulnerability for a man and vulnerability for a woman are two different vulnerabilities. I want you to know that. And all the men listening, I don't care what your girlfriend says. I don't care what your mama says. I don't care what your wife says. I don't care what no one says. I don't care what any woman tells you. Vulnerability for a man is different than what vulnerability is for a woman. As a man, vulnerability is voicing discomfort. And that's it. There's a difference between being vulnerable and being a fucking candy ass. There's a total difference. If you being vulnerable means you're fucking, your whole beard, your whole mustache is getting filled with fucking snot and you're crying because some shit happened to you way back when, you're being a candy ass. If being vulnerable means sitting down, telling your girlfriend, hey, when you do some shit like this, it makes me insecure, and I don't like that. I'm working on this, but I'm not gonna stand for you doing some crazy ass shit no more. It's a difference, right? Like, people always talk about, like, why is it so faux pas? Why are men who wear their shirt unbuttoned in public, right? Why are they perceived more confident? Because the idea is someone could take a knife and easily stab them in the heart. They're being vulnerable. They're wearing their heart on the outside. They're showing them their soft, their soft organs, but they don't give a shit. So that's kind of what you have to think about, is like, it's not, I'm going to sit here and talk about my feelings in the most feminine, soft way possible. It's no, you're going to take complete and utter ownership of how you feel. And you're going to leave it at that. You're going to say, look, X, Y, Z is happening. I don't like that. X, Y, Z happens, and it's triggering this response out of me. I'm not sure what to do. What do you think? That's vulnerability. It's all about how you go about it. For a woman, being vulnerable might be her sitting in your lap, having a complete mental breakdown, telling you about some really tragic things that happened in childhood. As a man, I'm sorry, not how you should be expressing yourself. There should be no breakdown. If you're having a breakdown, like a true breakdown, it should be in front of your wife, or your father, or your closest guy friend. It shouldn't be in front of anybody else. And a bunch of people are real upset right now that I said that I put a list on it. But this is it. If you're having a complete and utter breakdown, you're allowed 2 breakdowns in front of your wife your entire marriage. 2 breakdowns. That's either the death of your best friend or the death of one of your kids.
Our parents.
Or your parents, or your 3, or your parents, right? Like,
Yeah,
and then,
parents.
But it's like you, as a man, it's like, I am sorry. You're not allowed to be as vulnerable as women. Why do you want to be? Because I'll tell you right now, if you're on sinking ship, who gets on that boat first?
Women and children.
There's a certain level of hardness you need to have. And you need to make sure that when you're thinking about the word vulnerability in your mind, you're not thinking about being soft, being incredibly soft and weak and unsupported. You can be vulnerable about your emotions. You could be your authentic self and say, this makes me insecure. This makes me triggered. This triggers something bad that happened in the past. But if you're not attaching a strong masculine sense of ownership to that, you're just being a candy ass, keeping it real. So in terms of man up, be your authentic self, own that emotion, attack it, and handle it. Don't sit there and just put out these unfiltered emotions with no response. There we go.
Read this motherfucker. That will teach you a lot.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where, like, why do you want, I mean, if your vulnerability is like the woman's definition, it's like, why do you want that definition? That's just contributing to you not being stoical and logical, and you not being the most rational person you can be.
And there's therapists for that. You don't need your girlfriend for that, because she's not a therapist. She won't be able to help you, and she'll see that as a weakness if she's your girlfriend. So yeah, you don't have to be vulnerable in that sense.
Right.
I mean, me personally, I don't tell women my vulnerabilities anyway. Like, none of them. I just don't think it's the place, or they're not the right people for it, unless I am married. But if you're just a girlfriend, you're not going to hear any of my vulnerabilities. You might hear some stress here and there, but I'm not gonna show you my weaknesses. That's for me to figure out and me to change and work on. So
yeah. So we got some comments here. Carmen said, I don't know about that. I work in the field of emotional development and with vulnerability coaches and feelings. And being a candy ass is a stereotype and judgment, being soft and weak. And differentiating masculine and feminine and defining it as being weak doesn't create a safe space for others to want to share authenticity, because it sends that it has to because the message that the have to share in a certain way in order to be accepted. I'm not sure if that.
See, isn't that the issue? Isn't that the issue nowadays? Is everybody wants to be vulnerable and show their feelings online so they can get some form of attention. Like, I get on TikTok here and there just to laugh, but I've seen more dudes and more girls on there crying about personal, very serious issues when that is not the platform or the place. I think vulnerable issues, things that you're going through mentally and emotionally, you should have a safe space for that. It shouldn't be with a lot of people that you barely know or a group or anything like that. It should be either with a professional or, as Red Pill said, your closest guy friends or your wife or your parents. Anybody else of that, they don't need to know any of that shit, because more times than not, they'll either use that against you or they'll look at you differently. Nobody wants to understand that we all have these type of issues, but it doesn't matter once you spill that. And if you are a man, it doesn't matter if the girl or whoever says, go ahead, you can open up, you can show your vulnerability. They'll always still look at you differently. And it's just not, you don't want that.
And I can tell you my past relationships talk about vulnerability, authenticity, right? There have been times where something incredibly triggering happened. I mean, brutally triggering, tight gut, balls shrink up, tight butthole, the whole 9 yards, right? My face is burning. I'm on the verge of tears. And I voiced it to my partner, but I didn't just break down like a candy ass. And I'm talking about men. I can't tell women how to live their lives. I'm not a woman, so I don't ever tell women how to act, ever. I don't give advice to that. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can tell what I believe, what my subjective vision of an ideal man is, and how, how the men that I've watched grow up in my life, the men who I felt like were really up there, how they handle business. I voiced my partners like, yo, look, this reminds me of a time when XYZ happened. Or, yeah, like this happened to me when I was a kid. So when you do this, I flinch a little bit. I'm working through it, but we just got to own that for a minute. Like I was able to voice that, and my partners respected me more for it. My partners respected me more for being open, but and then just being weak. There is.
Yeah.
And I speak to men.
Yeah, I think he's breaking.
And I can't change what I'm talking about. Stoicism. You start studying Eastern philosophy. You need to get out of that scarcity fear mindset, right? There needs to be a bit of fearlessness. One of the reasons why I started doing combat sports was, one, I watched way too much MMA and I wanted to get into it. But two, like I wanted to be able to fight and just have that confidence, like really have hands, have knees, have elbows, have, and it's bled over to everywhere in my life. I take a lot more risks now. I'm a lot more confident now. I don't take losses so bad. I've been punched in the face so many times now. It's like, yeah, if something happens in real life, it's nothing compared. It's okay. I get it. You get hit, right? I think this whole, and when I say, so people out there, how big your baggage is. You know whether your parent issues are massive or whether they're just a minor annoyance, right? I think professional help is a good idea, and I think people should seek professional help. But that's just my word on it. If you're a man, don't be soft, don't be weak. It's going to sound weird, it's going to rub people the wrong way. But if you want to, don't focus on being a good man, focus on being good at being a man, right? Because that's going to make you rethink. When you say focus on being good at being a man, you have to ask yourself, what is a man? And then you make that definition for yourself. You focus on being a good man is a preconceived notion. It's preconceived. Everyone else, oh, this is a good man. You've been fed this to the TV, you've been fed this to the media. When you focus on being good, on being a man, you look at it historically, what is a man? What does it mean to be a man? Spiritually, what does it mean to be a man? You make your own definition and you lead to that. But I can tell you right now is men handle business, men are doers, men are protectors, men are fighters. Straight up. Right? So that your ideal has to be somewhere around that. And to get to that point, you can't really be super vulnerable. And when I mean not being vulnerable, I mean shit can't bother you in the first place. Most things shouldn't be able to permeate that layer. So do what I said, what you will. I'm not a professional scientist. I'm not a professional psychologist. I've been through it and I'm going through it and I'm getting over it. I know how I feel. And the men I'm meeting now in my life who wouldn't accept me before because I wasn't at this point, I hadn't done the self-work yet. They've all been through it too.
Whoa, man, you going deep, man. Shit. We're going to some psyche shit, man. We were just talking about spring cleaning today, y'all. But hey, you know what?
Hey, that is spring cleaning.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's another form of it, man. And we might have to make a part 2 of it, man. Got a couple comments here. I didn't want to interrupt you at all. I wanted to make sure you speak your piece because you guys speaking a lot of truth on it. So I didn't want to interrupt y'all. We got some comments here and some questions. Let me get into it. Danish also asked, Alpha Monk, how do you change yourself through without being a completely different person who you don't recognize it? Take away from being who you are? That makes sense?
Yeah. I would say, like, for me personally, it's not about changing your personality. It's about cutting out the negative things about you that you don't like about yourself. And if you don't like them, more times than not, a lot of other people won't like it. And so, you just got to cut those type of things out. But you don't change so much drastically where people just don't recognize you or you don't recognize yourself. You just improve the great things about you already. And you might add some new things here and there, some new routines, new healthy lifestyles, and so on and so forth. But you don't change in a way to where people just don't recognize you anymore. You change in a way where people recognize you more. They see more of the good in you, the best parts of you, because that's what you're putting out there. Because you've already worked on the shitty parts, you've already worked on the things that you need to work on, and so now all you have is progression from here on out. And you're still the same person. You just don't have those bitterness or shitty personality traits or what have you. You just improve on the things that you love about yourself, you like about yourself, that are healthy already, and you just get better at those things. And like I said, you just add more on top of that is positive and healthy. And it's all about energy, man. It's all about energy. People see that. Women in general can feel that confidence. They see it in the way you talk. They see it in the way you walk, how you carry yourself, and they see that, and they can feel that. And if you're walking around bitter, or you feel shitty, or you're not happy with certain parts of your personality, and you have toxic traits, then you're showing that. You're showing that in the way you walk and in everything. And people don't want to be around that shit.
No, that's true. That's true. Hope that answered your question, Danish, man. He said, "Thanks, y'all. I appreciate this talk. I needed this." Man, yeah, this is good, man. I'm definitely learning a lot from it. You guys are definitely putting in a lot of different inputs on here. Let's see. Look at some more comments here. I understand oversharing and sharing in spaces that may not be safe. What up, Caleb? Those people just want to put their business out there. Yeah, man. I mean, all these comments. I'm getting all sidetracked. All these comments y'all putting out here. I appreciate the love, though. I appreciate you guys tapping in, man. I know I'm trying to do everything, man. Hopefully, I'll look back on all these things that you're saying. I'm like, all right, I can relax and kind of get it all in. That's usually what I do after these podcast episodes. When there's a lot of people talking at one point, I'm trying to, capitalize on certain things that you guys are saying. So I'm not ignoring y'all. I hear y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, you good, man. You good.
Yeah. I won't make like I'm ignoring y'all, man. I'm hearing what y'all saying, man. And really timing in certain things. Usually when I do my editing, I'm going to let y'all know. I learn a lot of things that y'all talking about. I normally just repost certain things that you guys say. So definitely won't be ignored. You guys are definitely spending some knowledge here. But yeah, that's the truth of everything, man. And I didn't think this episode was gonna be really crazy about spring cleaning. I guess we really dove into that. I'm not sure how much time we got left. We got, I don't know. You guys are good for a post episode? We doing one or?
I'm about it. Yeah.
I'm cool. Yeah.
Oh, y'all doing? Oh, we doing post episode. Oh shit.
So small. Yeah.
Dude, we can do a posting. I'm with it. There's one thing I do want to say, though. There's one thing I want to add, and I think it's super important. And this was told to me by one of my least spiritual friends. Like my best friend, my boy, my Ace Boone Coon. We've been tight since 6th grade. He told me this. He goes, it bugged me that he said this because he's so not spiritual, so not into that realm. He's so of the physical realm, just man of the earth, right? He's one of the guys I look up to because he embodies a lot of the values that I think are virtuous in a man. But he basically said, in any type of endeavor that involves self-growth, if there's no do the work element, it's bullshit. If there's no element of I have to show up and do this thing every fucking day or 4 times a week or 5 times a week and it sucks every time I do it, but there's that element's not there, it's not going to make you a man.
Yeah, I feel that.
Dead ass. It's not going to make you a man. So when I meant earlier about making a list of if you can't sit there and make a list of all your failures in dating, you're not ready to face yourself. You're not ready to fix these problems. So stick with your cycle until you're done looking dumb,
Yeah, not taking accountability.
If you're not going to put your money where your mouth is and invest in an actual dating coach or invest in some books to finally learn some game, because sometimes your game just off. Sometimes you just got bad game. Or you ain't going to sit down with a notebook and paper and go watch some real videos on real men, or you're not going to do what I call invocating the male spirit, which is a super powerful spiritual tool I think all men should do. Think of a man who is good at being a man, regardless if he's morally correct, right? One of my favorites is I like to think of Alexander the Great. I like to think of Genghis Khan. I like to think of Attila the Hun. I like to think of Mike Tyson, and I like to think of Denzel from Training Day, right? Those are the five. Those are the 5 spirits I love to invoke, and I will sit there and I will meditate on my issue, and I will imagine that person is in that issue. 5 times out of those 5 times, that person's response to that issue is fuck this shit, we get stuff done.
Yep.
5 times out of 5, it's I'm doing it for this reason, or I'm doing this because I'm a conqueror. I'm doing this because I am entitled to success, right? I am entitled to success. I was chosen to have success. And there's going to be failures along the way, but the end result's always going to be the same, success, right?
Definitely.
Like you have to sit there. It might, for you, might be different. Like you might sit there and think of Russell Brand. What would he do in this situation? I have a lot of respect for Russell Brand because he doesn't bend for anybody.
That's
he doesn't
true.
do things the way I would do them. And he has a lot of opposite beliefs. You saw this video right now, he would probably be like, he'd probably grill the fuck out of me. But I know what my heroes, my idols, because you have to have them. A lot of men who are lost don't have a single idol.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't have a single hero. There's men they like, but they don't have a single hero, right? Like even if you're a Christian, like you should really have that "What would Jesus do" moments. You should be having those often.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Or what would
That's true.
Sadhguru advise me to do, right? If you're really spiritual, what would Sadhguru advise me to do? Or even if you're ready, what would Trump do? I don't fucking Trump, but you can't sit here and say he wasn't good at being a man. He took over shit, controlled shit. When shit faced him, he acted out on his own free will, right? I don't fucking like him. I don't like half the shit that he did, but he had those qualities. So whatever you believe in, you have to be like, look, I'm gonna do that thing. And put the work in, put the work in. It's not enough to sit and think about it. It's not enough to read one book. One, if you're reading, like you got to annotate, you got to do notes. You have to sit there and talk to somebody, put your money where your mouth is, show up day after day after day. Like the work isn't just this one-time thing. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's like a personality workout.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, when I was dating, I went on a lot of dates, a lot. None of those girls are around now. You know what that showed me? Markel, you're dating too much. Markel, you're not picking high quality women. Markel, you're not picking people who like you enough. You're not good at reading interest indicators, right? So that was all work I had to put in. Took those 2 months off, put that work in. I'm doing well right now and I can't complain. My summer looking right.
Same here.
So, you know, and then also, where are your guy friends too? Like you need to be hanging out with homies like us. You be hanging out with homies who, one, if you call us crying, we're not going to call you pussies. Regardless of what it sounded like earlier, if one of my guy friends calls me, bawling his eyes out, I'm not going to call him pussy. I'm not going to call him soft. I'm not going to call him weak. I'm going to talk him off that ledge. I'm going to say, all right, man, we're going to do some breath work. You got to, get that rational brain firing. Tell me what happened. Or better yet, yo, table this. I'm going to go see, I'm going to come over with some brewskis. I'm going to come over with some steaks. We're going to grill them up. We're going to talk, right? I'm not going to sit there and just commiserate. Right? I'm not going to sit there and just share negative emotions, but I'm going to let him get it out and then we're going to get to a solution because if you're coming to me with a problem, you're coming to anybody with a problem, you need to have ownership attached to that.
That's the best thing about having male friends too, which is an issue when it comes to relationships with women is we love to fix problems and solutions. And if a man comes to us, one of our homies comes to us with a problem, like you said, they know we're going to have their back to fix that shit and get shit done. But you have to, I would tell any guy to look into what a high value man is. A lot of men think that high value men means that you have to be rich and blah, blah, blah. This shit is not that. It's a mental thing. And if you just look into what a high value man is, and if you become that, then everything around you will start to become high value. And you'll be surrounded by high value people. And you'll meet a high value woman. And everything else from there would just keep going up.
But you got to do the high value work. Being a high value man is a mindset, but it's a lifestyle. You got to do the work.
Yeah, exactly. Got to do the work. No matter what you do, if you want to improve, you have to put in work. You can't improve overnight. Even manifesting, if you really want to manifest something, you have to put yourself in the position of already having your emotions, your mind, everything. You have to tell yourself and your subconscious that you already have that. And if you want to be a high value man, you want to have a nice car, you want to have a good job, a beautiful woman. You have to imagine those things while you're working towards those things that you already have those things. That's the only way, because again, it's an energy thing. It's the only way it works. Nobody gets anywhere sitting on their ass.
Dude, I mean that too, but also it's like, and this is real, and ladies are gonna get upset. Feminine energy is not bad, right?
Yeah,
Feminine energy is not bad. But if you're a man, you should not be like completely consumed by it.
Nah.
You should have an appreciation for it. Just like you would see a beautiful plant, a beautiful flower, a beautiful tree, a beautiful car, a beautiful building. You should sit there and be like, damn, I like that. I appreciate that. I accept the polarity of that. If you're always mixed up, you might just not be operating in enough of a masculine modality, right? I have plenty of guy friends who are 100 times more masculine than me. They really are, in terms of what true masculinity is, like, right, without connotation, just manly men. Like, I hang out with them and I'm like, man, I feel like soft next to you guys. I don't feel like I'm man, because like I'm not a car guy. I don't be fixing cars. I don't be going fishing. I don't be going hunting. I don't be shooting guns like that. So for me, I'd be like, man, y'all really into this. I got 14-hour days, bro. 14-hour days, man. I want to. Trust me, I would love to. 14-hour days.
You put a gun in that nigga's hand while you're tired, man. Shit.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I still need to get me a gun too.
Mm. Go hard, bro. Mm-hmm. I can hear you. Yeah, I'm just listening. I hear you.
Yeah.
Mm. So, yeah,
There you go. There you go. My bad, guys. I had a cut out on my thing, my interface. Yeah. So, yeah, man, guys. So, like I said, we'll wrap it up here. And we'll go to the next, the post episode. Hope I can get this sound shit work. I was working on a couple new interfaces here, but if you guys can hear me, cool. Let me know. But yeah, that's it for me, man. I'm not sure if you guys want to add more to it. I'd love to hear you guys' input at the end, or if you guys want to have any. I don't have any questions or anything like that. But
no, the biggest thing too is like, yeah, like don't let people talk you out of being a man. That's it sounds crazy, but like the new rebellion, like the new like, oh, we're cool, we're on the edge, we're on the outside, is being a man.
Yeah.
Like cool, the new like breaking the rules, the new like, oh, those guys are like so fucking rebels, but it's being a fucking man.
Isn't that sad? It's so fucking sad.
But here's the thing though, right? And just real quick, men abuse their power. That's it. Men abuse their power. Women got tired of it. You can't get mad at them. You can't get tired of the people, just we were ignoring them. We weren't letting them work. We weren't letting them fucking vote for reasons they were too tired to walk to the voting station. Like, that's bullshit. I understand why things are the way they are now. I get it. This is a long time coming. It's going to overcorrect, and then we're probably having another 100 years of men being assholes again, and it's going to overcorrect. That's just the nature of history. But right now, we're in the beginning of that correction. And as men, be a man. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, all the men you look up to probably don't do any of the things you do right now. None of them. All the men you look up to don't dread getting out of the bed every single morning. Maybe a couple do with some real issues, but most of them don't. They go out of bed and they attack the day. They go out of bed hard. They're rock hard and they go attack the day. All your favorite athletes who train and they're gruesome, they're all embodying the warrior spirit, something you wish you had more of. And you do. You have plenty of it. Embrace it. Right? Be a man. Stop giving a fuck. And don't let all this
Ain't
fucking
nothing
like
to it.
vulnerability talk get you down, man. Go tell your real friends what the real fucking issue is and find solutions. The end.
Yeah. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
All right. That's my little rant. When we come back for the post episode, we can just answer questions. We can let Alpha Monk talk more. We finally let Silent D talk a little bit. We can figure something out.
I mean, it don't really matter to me. I'm chilling, man. I'm like I said, I'm learning what you guys are also applying into it, man. And it's good to have that conversation. But we'll talk more on the post episode. You know, if you guys want to tune in and stay longer for the post episode, we'll do that, guys. What's up?
I'll be on.
Okay. And Alpha Monk, you got anything you want to add on, Terry?
Nah, not at the moment. Pretty much got it.
All right, guys.
Said everything.
Okay, all right, man. So appreciate you guys coming into the episode, who is tuning into it. This is your boy checking out. And yeah, man, enjoy the rest of you guys' day or whatever you guys are doing. Let's go.
Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. If you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating because I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. It's definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there. For some strange reason, Patreon do it. It's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.